The story begins on a cold, cloudy, rainy day when a bus was traveling with prisoners and officers. Suddenly, the bus completely lost communication. The GPS signal went out. The officers were unable to establish contact with the prison to confirm the end of the journey. "Marshal, do you think this is due to the storm?" asked a police officer. "Perhaps. It seems the storm decided to play with the wires. Although I've never encountered anything like this before," replied the partner. The head of the operation ordered to restore the communication within the bus. The weather was so terrible that even the telephone signal was not catching. The prison guards began to suspect something during the long bus stop. "Hey, man, something seems off. These cops seem worried about something." "Do you think something happened?" asked one of the inmates to his cellmate. "What's the matter, Frankenstein? Are you deaf?" "Hey, what's going on?" shouted one of the guards loudly to attract attention. "Shut your mouth, Brixton," said the guard. The police were in the same bus with the terrifying criminals. The horrible weather and thunderstorm added to the tense situation. Suddenly, all the lights went out in the entire bus. "Damn, where did the light go?" "Oh, it seems they escaped," one of the prisoners exclaimed. "Is this a joke?" "Stay calm," said the chief police officer. At that moment, they saw a silhouette of a person in front of the bus. "Look," said one of the police officers. Suddenly, chaos erupted, and the bus was almost overturned. The inmates were attacking the police. One prisoner managed to escape the bus, but was soon caught by the chief of security. There were not many survivors, only the strongest ones remained. The chief asked his subordinate, "How are you feeling after that punch to the jaw?" "I'm fine. You see, my skin just tried to stop his escape by attacking his leg," the subordinate replied. "It sounds complicated, but you need to train more," the chief replied. "The driver is gone." "Damn, what about the others?" "They're gone too. Only 3 police officers remain." One of them reported, "It's absolutely safe inside the bus. Nobody was seriously hurt, but they're really getting on our nerves." The chief gave the order to gather all the weapons they had and be prepared. "I noticed that the sheriff is scared. We'll probably have to hang out here for a while with the most dangerous state criminals. The nearest town is several kilometers away. If we tow these guys, it will take longer to get there. We could wait here until help arrives," the police officer said nervously. "These guys need to be locked up," the boss confidently replied. "Well then, we definitely won't stay here," his partner responded. The police officers lined up all the criminals in a row in the clearing. The chief police officer said, "All right, let's tow this locomotive to the station. Keep your eyes open, stay calm and composed." "It will be done, sir," the guard replied. One of the deputies was not happy with the situation and said, "Why isn't anyone nervous? We're transporting the most dangerous criminals in the country." "Male, if there's one thing you should know when working with the marshal, it's that when he's around, you don't have to worry at all," his partner replied. "Listen up. We're leaving here. Maintain order, behave quietly, and pretend to be nice. And if that doesn't happen, I'll have to take measures that you'll surely regret," the boss said. "And what are you going to do, you monkey?" said one of the prisoners. "Oh, I see we have some clever ones here. All right then, watch carefully. Do you see this handle? No? Then you'll definitely notice it in your eye." With a sharp strike, the boss hits the prisoner's face with the handle, causing him to fall to his knees and curse. The police officers were shocked by the boss's actions. "You talked about composure. Why did you do that to him?" one of the police officers asked. "What are you talking about?" "It was damn composed," the boss replied. The police continued to lead the column of prisoners. In front of them, they saw a view of an old, seemingly abandoned house. "I'll be surprised if anyone lives in this house. It's too quiet here," the policeman said. "Is that the first thing that comes to your mind?" the boss asked. "Gather these guys together, but in a way that they're not very noticeable. We need a phone and information about the nearest town. The police started directing the crowd into the yard of the house and arranging them inconspicuously. "Keep an eye on the formation," the supervisor shouted. The police officers headed towards the entrance of the house. "Try not to scare the owner of the house," the boss said. "I don't think there will be any problems," the police officer replied. The police burst into the house. "It's probably empty." "Do you smell that?" the boss asked the police officer. "Is anyone in the house?" the boss shouted loudly. "This is the federal police." After a while, the police officer called the boss and showed him his discovery in the house. "What's in there?" the boss asked. "There's a box of country fireworks." Meanwhile, outside, the prisoners were already exhausted and discussing how tired they were. "Hey, we're damn tired, and we're hungry. Is there anything to eat around here?" one of the prisoners asked. "Maybe you should shut up," another prisoner heard in response. A small commotion arose among the cellmates. "You two, shut up right now," the supervisor ordered. At that moment, the prisoners caught sight of a small, terrifying zombie girl. The prisoners were shocked and frightened. "What the hell is that? She doesn't even have a whole piece of flesh," one prisoner supported fearfully. During the search of the house, the police discovered a very dirty bed. While the boss was inspecting the bed, a zombie guest awaited him at the door. Chaos erupted outside as everyone watched the zombie girl attentively. "She's strange, damn strange. Let's get out of here," someone said. "But we can't. We're handcuffed." "Hey, boss," the prisoners shouted. "Do something." Meanwhile, the supervisor panicked. The girl suddenly attacked one of the guards. Everyone around was scared. "She's trying to eat him." "Oh, she wants to eat him." One of the guards volunteered to destroy the zombie girl. He swung at her and delivered a powerful blow. "Oh my God, this is wrong." He destroyed her forever. Witnessing this scene made him sick. At that moment, the guard noticed something in the distance. Without hesitation, the officer rushed into the house with his weapon and shouted, "Marshal!" He saw the zombie attacking with the marshal in one of the rooms. "Oh, God, boss. Save him, help me," the boss pleaded for assistance. "Hey, you! Get away from him, damn it, or I'll open fire," the officer yelled. "Shoot, quickly, get rid of him." "Hurry," the boss urged. The officer swiftly eliminated the zombie with a shot. "That was a zombie, Peter. Why did you hesitate for so long before shooting? What got into you?" the boss asked. Peter silently led the boss to fresh air, to a safe place. The guard was in shock. The homeowner attacked him. Something terribly frightening is happening there, something very incomprehensible. A deranged boy or something. Maybe he's just wild? "Yes," the boss replied. "I also think something sinister is happening with this house." The officer noticed a girl on the floor in the distance from the prisoners. "Oh, my God, what is that?" One of the prisoners said, "Hey, man, this zombie girl is your smallest problem. The problem is that she bit you." "And so what?" one cellmate asked. "Open your eyes, dude. You saw the zombie girl yourself." "The police say something similar was happening in the house," another replied. "And what does it matter? Stop babbling." "What's your point anyway?" the first one retorted. "Don't you understand? Haven't you watched zombie movies?" the second one asked. "Oh, for God's sake, you believe in those movies, haha," he replied mockingly. The prisoners began arguing among themselves. "Hey, you, do you really want your belly ripped open? Interesting, with what? Your dignity? If you haven't noticed, we're handcuffed, fool." The frightened prisoners carefully examined the girl's body and discussed the situation. "Quiet, guys, quiet," one of the police officers intervened. "Morris, does it matter that the marshal got bitten? He'll turn into one of them." "You get bitten, and there you are, just like the dead," Morris replied. "Oh, come on, zombies? How can you believe in this children's nonsense?" We all saw it, and we've done things worse than this, another prisoner chimed in. Have you seen it yourself? I know what I saw. Yes, she was clearly not herself. Yes, it's all very strange. But zombies? Are you dumb? By this time, the boss was feeling worse. He was losing energy. The police officer noticed the boss's weakness and helped him stay on his feet. The prisoners were shocked when they saw this. Damn, dude, I told you he was turning into one of them. Look at him. You have to knock him out. Knock him out before he knocks all of us out. Morris, shut your mouth. The boss's condition worsened, and the guard couldn't keep him standing. Hey, boss, can you hear me? Don't fall asleep. Either way, the police officer deserves this, one prisoner laughed. Hey, you, shouted the police officer who was supporting the boss. He heard the boss growling. As he turned around, he saw the boss zombie. The boss attacked the police officer and started choking him with his hands. The prisoners were horrified. Wow, Morris, you were right. They turn into zombies. This is intense. The zombie battle continues as he desperately tries to eliminate the police officers. The zombie has great strength, making it very difficult for one police officer to handle him. But in a brief moment of freedom, the officer managed to draw his gun and fire a series of shots. He destroyed him, no more boss zombie. So that not a single word comes out of your filthy mouth again, the police officer said roughly. Good boy, someone shouted from the crowd of prisoners. Hey, you! Stop resting. We're heading to the city. People need to know about this before it spreads beyond the farm. But more importantly, we'll be safe there. After the prisoners and the police arrived at the farm, they saw a bunch of zombies. They were all local farm residents. But we're not going there, right? No way. Let's go around, that way we can set up mines in the city. We definitely need a vehicle. There's a truck over there, but there are a bunch of zombies nearby. The prisoners kept complaining. I don't want them to figure out we're here, it's too dangerous. We need to scout the area first. Maybe we'll wait until it gets dark. Hopefully, they won't be able to see in the darkness. These zombies are capable of a lot. At that moment, one of the imprisoned inmates turned into a zombie after being bitten. The prisoners panicked. He's one of them. Get these handcuffs off us. The zombie started attacking the prisoners and devouring them. The infected numbers kept growing. Everyone, step back, ordered the police officers. Without hesitation, an officer shot the zombies and destroyed them. Oh God, they're everywhere, one of the prisoners shouted. You need to free us from the handcuffs quickly. We can't move while we're restrained. It's a matter of life and death. The zombies are right nearby. Despite the situation, the police officers decided to release the prisoners from their handcuffs. Stay together. We'll be able to find shelter in the city. The police, along with the prisoners, continued moving towards the city. They defended themselves with their weapons against the terrifying, aggressive zombies who treated them very harshly. I'm here, Mike. Don't let them surround you. Keep moving. The police officers accurately shot at the zombies.